Oh my gosh. Is this happening? Are we ready? 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 I'm ready. I'm ready. Welcome back to the Modeling and Wellbeing podcast, where you can learn the ins and outs of modeling and gain tips to better care for your holistic well-being. I am your host, your friend, your sister, Larissa D. And this space is designed for us to learn, grow, and empower one another. So, Lego. You guys, I cannot believe how much we've grown. We are at episode 32. So far, though, if y'all didn't know, all of our episodes have been fully audio. And I couldn't believe, and I still can't believe, how many people continue to listen. The last episode that I launched in 2025 was January. It's a tad embarrassing, but what can you say when you're traveling and you're moving across the country? Okay, I'm doing too much. Seriously, we are launching a completely different experience. We're having new segments so that all of you guys can continue to be inspired to love yourselves and to gain tips, whether you are a model, actress, a regular everyday person. If you worked in corporate, I have done all of it and I'm doing all of it. I spent 8 whole years in a corporation working for a nonprofit organization, specifically leading well-being and DEI efforts. And then I literally just quit April of 2025. And I've been a full-time entrepreneur. I'm a certified wellness coach. And I am a full-time model, actress, and voiceover artist.
Sexy.
The thing that inspired me to create this wonderful space with all of you is that I come from a place where I was born and raised. I love where I'm from, Minneapolis. But what I experienced a lot was so much gatekeeping. And it wasn't until I moved to Atlanta for a couple years, shout out to ATL, where I fully understood what it meant to not gatekeep. And I was just so shocked. Why are they sharing all these notes with me? Wait a minute. Wait. I couldn't believe how generous people were with their resources and how much there was this saying of there's plenty of food for us to eat at the table. That is the thing that inspired me, along with knowing that as models and talent and actresses, there are definitely ways that you can continue to learn how to love yourself deeper and grow. I have so much wisdom, knowledge, tips that I am so excited to share with all of you. It's like baking a baby of knowledge, and God's like, yes, this is when I want you to rebirth your Modeling and Wellbeing podcast to share everything that you know so far. There are so many different fears that we face as a talent, as a model, as an actress, as a person in corporate. I mean, in our world, can you think about how crazy our world has evolved? Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, you guys, was it always like this when we were 5? In the 90s, I'm aging myself. One of the biggest parts of modeling that people don't quite address or maybe really prepare you while you are in the industry or just starting off in the industry are things like rejection and criticism. It comes with it, but it does take a certain level of strength, mental strength, spirit strength to be able to handle those things. I'm going to be addressing that rejection and criticism, and it's the first part of our fear theme because as a model and talent, there's so much that we might fear when it comes to rejection and criticism. So if you've ever left a casting and thought, oh my gosh, I wasn't good enough, or maybe felt crushed after hearing no after no, you are not alone, okay? This episode is for you. I truly believe in the power of storytelling. And I'm telling you that because there's so many personal stories that I share from my own experiences, from other people that I know their experiences. You don't have to be embarrassed about anything. We are rocking and rocking, okay? Now, rejection is something that I personally have experienced a lot this year in so many different ways. God has stretched me, pulled me, rolled me up in a cute little dough, and baked me, y'all. And I have learned that rejection has been a huge pillar in me growing and thriving into the wonderful, beautiful person that God wants me to be today and in the future. One of the hardest truths about modeling is that rejection is not only a common thing, it's literally constant. It won't stop. As long as you're living, It's not going to stop. You can go to 10 different castings a week and not book a single one, 20 auditions a week and not book a single one. That's not a reflection of your journey, your beauty, your talent. It's just reality. For example, newer actors, you might need 50 to 100 freaking auditions to land a role, or maybe your first paid role, because you can do a lot of TFP, right? Time for portfolio or collaborations, but that's different than getting paid. And those with more experience, or maybe you get booked a little bit more frequently, you already have your footing in the door with connections, etc. You might land a role after audition number 1 or 3 or 5. But on average, it does take people like 20 to 50 auditions to actually land a paid role. So be patient with yourself, okay? Be patient, give yourself grace. I think it's really important just to start to keep a detailed list of the different auditions that you do. It's something that you might want to consider. That will tell you who is most interested in you. There are casting companies that will continue to request you through your agent, or that just like your vibe, but maybe they just haven't found what they're looking for yet, but they want to keep giving you a chance. That is a win. A win is a win. Also, it's a wonderful way for you to identify the patterns, the type of roles that you are booking. Are you booking a lot of mom roles? You guys, these casting directors want me to be a mom so bad. I keep booking mom roles. It shows me, okay, this is the look that people love when it comes to my artistry. It's not a diss. Having a tracker or something to keep you informed on the kind of different bookings will help you actually feel more empowered as you are facing rejection and criticism. Sometimes a client already has a specific type of person or spec in mind before you're even going through the process of casting. They want a specific hair color or maybe a height, your skin tone. It happens. They're clear on that. And so again, it has nothing to do with you personally. So what I want you to do, if you take rejection and criticism personal, take a step back and think about, how can I detach my personal feelings from the audition process? Do you know how many times that I took things personal? And again, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not coming at y'all. Y'all are great. I have taken things super, super personal on sets or not getting picked in the past. But then I realized like, oh, okay, there is a strategy behind this. For example, I did a Burger King commercial. I didn't necessarily try out for a main lead or supporting role, but I was background. The family that were the lead roles were literally handpicked. We had 2 kids that looked Blasian, 1 Asian mom and 1 Black mom. So am I going to get mad that I wasn't chosen for that specific role because they're looking for a Asian mom identifying woman? No, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I see where the casting director went with that and the ethnicities that they wanted to go with. I literally cried one time that I was not chosen to be a seat filler for BET Awards. My friend sent me the link. She's like, oh my gosh, girl, sign up for this. And I was like, okay. I was so excited. And then like she ended up going and getting selected and I didn't. I was so upset. And I was like, no one wants me. You guys, this is like 3 years ago now, which is crazy. Turns out that mug was a little ghetto, you know, it wasn't my vibe. So trust the universe, trust that God is literally aligning you to be in specific roles for a specific purpose. Me showing up at that BET Awards scene in Atlanta, that is not my personality. I mean, I would have had a good time, but at the end of the day, you never know what God or the universe might be protecting you from. So just take a step back and detach. Okay. I want you to say that as your mantra. Okay. Also, here's the thing. Our brains are kind of, if you think about it, wired a bit to take rejection pretty personally. When we hear no, it can feel personal, especially in modeling where your job is you. Y-O-U, your body, your face, your butt, your eyes, your lips, you. We are our brand. We're not submitting a proposal for a marketing strategy where they can criticize that. we are being criticized because we are the brand. This is the job, okay? When we're sick, that stuff gonna show up on the camera. It's natural. And this is why I just really want you to give yourself grace, because it's gonna happen. It's also super easy to go and spiral. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh my gosh, I wish I was taller. I wish I was thinner. I wish I was like fatter for this. I wish my butt was nicer for this. It just means in that moment you just weren't a good fit for some reason, but it has nothing to do with your body. So if you do body shame yourself, that's serious. I don't want you to attack your body, your face for any reason because you did not have the blessing. I just want to let you know that most times our blessings are wrapped in sandpaper. It hurts a little bit, right? The criticism hurts, but it's our chance to unwrap that sandpaper and be resilient and understand that there is this beautiful gift inside that's greater than I can't even imagine. Now, instead of just talking about what the rejection and criticism might feel like for you, and I want you to really think about that. How do we reframe rejection? There's so many different cool ways that we can reframe it, and this is when I can get a little bit more excited, y'all. But first off, I just want you to remind yourself that rejection is a code word for redirection. Rejection is a code word for redirection. Every no is clearing the path to your yes. Every no is preparing you for the biggest blessing. Every no is stepping you towards becoming and forming into the best version of yourself. Rejection is redirection. Oh my gosh, I saw this amazing podcast episode. Mel Robbins, she's amazing. You probably know her. And she interviewed this guy named Will. I don't remember his last name, but he's just a phenomenal producer. He produced things like Obsessed with Beyonce. And one interesting mindset that he has that I think makes him so successful is that he actually said that he looks forward to hearing no. No refuels him. It keeps him going. And I thought that was such an interesting thing, but because he literally has a strategy. He's like, when I hear no, I'm like, all right, cool. Yes, this is a really good way to get better. And then I ask for feedback and then I tailor it again. He asked Beyonce like I think 6 or 7 times to act in the movie Obsession or Obsessed. The amount of resilience that you have to have for that. A lot of people will get so intimidated by a person like Beyonce rejecting him 6 or 7 times to be on this movie. But he took her feedback. He tailored it. He took her feedback. He tailored it. And look, he was able to convince, motivate, or encourage her that no, you are worthy for this project. And she knew she was worthy, but this project is for you. And it just made me start to think a little bit differently about me being in this entertainment industry as a model, actress, or a person in general. When I was working in corporate, I can take my nose and use it to refuel me and inspire me to be better and stronger versus getting defeated, walking away. Now I wasted weeks or months or minutes being upset, which is valid. But staying in that place, I think, is our issue, right? How do we get out of it? So let's talk about reframing. So here's a few ways that I personally reframe rejection. Number 1 is I detach from the outcome. I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier. At a casting, your job is to show up, give it your all, give it your best, and leave it at that. The decision after that is not in your control. So why am I going to obsess about whether or not I get picked after an audition or after an in-person casting? I literally was on set for Living Spaces, and this family told me that they started a practice of praying after every single audition. They just give it up to God. And they said that has been the most freeing experience of their life. On the flip side, I think because they trusted God more, they actually started to receive even more castings and even more actual paid bookings. So think about that. Number 1, detach from the outcome. Number 2, look at rejection as a practice. I'm going to continue to say that because every audition is going to make you sharper. It is training ground for the big thing out there, okay? So you want to make sure that you are looking at rejection as a practice. take advantage of your network, really making sure that you're getting feedback on maybe blind spots. If you don't get rejected a lot and you're wanting to find a way to grow, that's another tangible practice and tip that you can do. Number 3, celebrate efforts, not results. This is huge. It's a very important thing, because instead of you having this mindset of, did I book it? Did I book it? Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? You can get so obsessed over that. Shift it to, you know what? I am so proud of myself. I showed up today. I got through 3 auditions. I went to 1 in-person casting. I didn't get it, but I showed up for me. I showed up for my calling. One tiny effort is one tiny celebration, okay? Celebrate. Do not obsess. I love this quote so much. And shout out to Lisa. I love you. She actually tatted this on her because I shared this message. To show up for yourself is to love you. To show up for yourself is to love you. It's so true. Every step brings you closer to your dream. Dreams don't really feel like reality, even when you're there, because there's a process. When you've achieved your dream, you're gonna be like, okay, because it's not this magical thing, okay? So you have to think about that. Celebrate the journey. So all in all, right? Detaching from the outcome, look at rejection as practice, celebrate effort, not results. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the actual criticism that you might receive. I've been talking a lot about it. That's what our episode is today regarding fear, is sometimes the fear of being criticized, literally. That can be as hurtful just as much as rejection. I mean, they both have a very unique relationship with one another. The casting director could say, actually, we're looking for a size 4. And that could, crush you. You know, you can look at it as something that's helpful. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for your time. Like I said, I used to take things so personal. When someone wouldn't select me for, maybe my agent or something wouldn't select me for something in email, I feel like you could tell my tone. I'd be like, oh, thanks. Now I say with the exclamation mark at the end, thank you so much for the update. I would love to stay connected with you in the future in case an opportunity arises. And they can feel that. Are you in it just to get bookings and just to get paid? Or are you in it for the journey and to grow and to learn through the criticism? But constructive criticism could be you practicing your model walk and them saying, hey, try to relax your shoulders a little bit. You look a little tense. When I first started practicing my model walk with my agent in Atlanta, I never knew this about my walk, but I was called out that my arms were actually pretty stiff. At first I was like, okay, I never ever realized that. I could have taken that personal, or I could say, that's great. And now that I'm aware of that, my model walk got better, even when I wasn't fully into runway anymore. Now, when it comes to harsh criticism, like things that is attacking you, like literally you can feel the difference. You know, the intentions are like ill intent and someone's like really coming at your body. At the end of the day, you are your biggest cheerleader. I do not care if it's your mom, your son, your daughter, your grandparents, your sister, your best friend in the whole world who does not believe in what you believe in. You believe in it, okay? You believe in it. You are walking something that they literally don't understand. Why are you wasting your time to get their validation? Different than support. But sometimes people don't support you. It doesn't matter whether or not they support you. Take the criticism, incorporate it. Take the rejection, incorporate it. Take the lack of support or lack of validation and incorporate it into your daily routine. Affirmations, looking yourself in the mirror and saying anything opposite of what you even heard about yourself. It could be as little and as easy as that. Yeah, I mean, this is funny, but I'm about to roast myself. I can resonate with this so much because I've gotten different comments like, daddy long legs. Or, oh my gosh, I literally remember this boy like called out my collarbone because it pops out, and I was a little thinner back then. It popped out and he was like doing this like, ew. I was like, huh? At that age, I couldn't handle it. Now I'm like, okay, ew to you, but to someone else, period. And I think at the end of the day, we know most about ourselves. We know what we tend to get roasted on. When you know your opportunities, weaknesses, or roast-delicious areas. If you know that about yourself, any other comment regarding those things, it's just kind of like a feather hitting it. You're like, oh, wow, I love that. Okay. Let's recap some practical ways that you can handle rejection and criticism in your modeling, talent, corporate, or everyday life journey. Shift your mindset. Every no is a step closer to your yes. Focus on growth. Castings do not determine your worth. They are just practice to help you become the best version of yourself. Filter feedback. Take what helps you, leave what doesn't. Build resilience. Create some sort of ritual after castings. Journal. Have your spreadsheet ready so that you can continue to track all of your wins, all of your opportunities, all of the things that you're getting called to do on this earth. What are the roles? What's the compensation looking like? Track everything, build resilience, and be consistent at that. And most importantly, always remember, you are more than a booking. You're human. You're not some poster on the wall or a billboard only. And in modeling and acting and talent, artistry comes with human experiences through the castings. Oh my gosh. We just finished episode 32. Just grateful. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's it for today. You guys, that is it for today for the Modeling Wellbeing Podcast, episode 32. I hope that it helps. Share with a friend. Follow us. Follow me. No, seriously, I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok Threads. What they got, Lemon 8 now. There's a lot out there. I'm going to drop everything in the link down there below for you. But just again, know that when it comes to fear, criticism and rejection is such a normal part of our lived experiences. I do not want you to run away. I want you to run towards what that looks like and what that feels like and lean into the discomfort. Oh, and also if this resonated, share with someone else, share with the model, share with another human being that might need to hear some of these things for their personal journey, and hit that subscribe button again, you guys, so that we can continue to do all the wonderful work that we're doing at spreading love, growth, and development tips and resources. At the end of each episode, we recite affirmations together. Affirmations are designed to help you become aware of your strengths and values. When you're able to note your strengths, it can be a game changer to improving your self-awareness and building confidence. So wherever you are right now, take a deep breath with me. Inhale, exhale, and repeat after me. I am fearless. I am not defined by a person's decision. I define how I show up. There is nothing I can't do. Yay! I love it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it to the end, mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much. Just remember, all of these words are for you to carry throughout your day, throughout your week, for your friends, for your family. And I am excited to just stay connected with you. Just know, again, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, etc. If you have questions, if you want to vibe, if anything resonated with you and you want to share a testimony, drop a comment in the Spotify or Apple, or, we're everywhere. Just drop it. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so much. XOXO. Bye.